That should be streaming everywhere now. It's there. There. And it's there. I will just share out the most likely place that people are going to find it. Well, I believe I already said something in... Oh, no, I may not have. In Tabletop Guild in Moonbeam that was streaming, but I'll make sure I go post something now. Goes to here. Would be all active. Wow, it's hot. It's way too hot. Let's go into that channel. Okay. Yep. There we go. Hey guys.
Hello. Hello.
You.
And hello everyone there that is decided to tune in for this stream. Session 0.1? Yeah, 0.1 of Rune Belts, a custom ttrpg system that I've been working on for many years now. I don't know what that role is all about. Fluffy, but okay.
Wait, what? Oh, the roles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
So I should probably say, and I'm just going to go ahead and move us just a little bit up now.
Oh, we're being moved.
There we go. So in this session 0.1, plan is to help everyone make characters and kind of figure out what everyone's going to play, and get a little bit more versed into this land that everyone's going to be, that the campaign's going to be taking place in primarily. I will have a world map, or at least not necessarily a world map, but at least a map of the location here within the next couple of weeks. So if we need to do a session 0.2, that will definitely be up on there. I know a couple of things that I can tell you right now. It is known as the Bones Coast. The primarily big thing is that it is separated from most of the landmass by a large swamp-like area. But it is I think it's a peninsula that is surrounded by water on three sides.
I mean, you made it.
No, I'm talking about the geographic name.
Mm-hmm.
A landmass that is surrounded by water on three sides.
A landmass surrounded by three sides.
Peninsula.
That's a peninsula.
So yeah, okay, I had it right. That's what I was looking for.
Well, you weren't looking for it. You were trying to think of the word. Hi, sorry, I'm a smart aleck at times.
It's my editor. Of course, that's my editor.
Daggers.
Note to self. Include big swords for the first session.
Why big swords?
No reason. Maybe an axe or two. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, I swear.
Can they be diamond swords?
Maybe.
Look at my sword.
So, for now, these are my 3 players. We might have more as the sessions go on. We might have less. Well, we'll never have less than 3. But they might change out as the story or whatever evolves. As the system evolves, as the land evolves, as things change, who knows? No one can predict the future. We can take an educated guess, but future's better off not being predictable.
I mean, some would argue that the capability to predict the future is a very big boon.
I will always and forever argue that it is a curse.
Imagine how boring everything would be.
Exactly.
I say potato, you say potato. We both
Who
mean the
says
same.
potato? Do you know anybody
Surprisingly
that
enough,
says
I know.
potato?
I actually know some people who say potato.
Lies. Lies and deception.
Monsters.
I do not lie.
So, I know the players can't see this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a random character
I can because I'm fucking screen sniping over here.
Yeah, same.
We're gonna go ahead and take this random character, give it vision, and then give it to... It represents no character, and then we'll just controlled by all players. Can people see?
Oi.
Oh yeah, I can see, but
So,
Is it a little ghosty guy?
QWQ Ghosty
that's just the
said
base
that
one.
everyone who's gonna be on
It's a
tonight.
little ghosty guy.
yeah, base goes to you token. Yeah.
that is the base character token that Roll20 gives to everyone. So, just to show what the... because this is going to be your first scene and first location, this map is... well, I really shouldn't be showing it, but you guys will see it in the very beginning anyways.
Oops.
This is the Emerald Dragoness's Flagon.
Ta-da.
Couple of fun things is that it actually has bathrooms.
Oh, it has bathrooms.
They have indoor plumbing. See, bathrooms.
See
This-
bathrooms, entire map just disappears.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the same thing. Um,
I still
oh,
have
I see
zero
why it's
idea.
disappearing. 'Cause you guys are closing the doors.
Yeah, the door. And... fuck it, I'm opening all the doors. You can't stop me.
Wait, why do you have double doors for the bathroom?
You know, we don't body shame here.
Yeah, but you could just have one big door.
He did. He just has two.
Look, just
Makes
because
it
there's
very
two halves of the same door. You all should be able to
Double
control
door
this
for the
token too.
bathroom. Yeah.
So, that green area is actually indented into the ground a little bit, and it is used primarily by adventurers or passers through that bring in their own food.
Flap, 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 flap.
I might have to remake this map. I don't think that's supposed to be there.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't remember it being there.
down here.
Yeah, I don't remember it being right there.
Why is that green?
Oh.
The green
that's what you
area?
just said. Is like that's indented downwards. That's like a
Yeah,
step
that's-
down.
Yeah, like it's a step or
It's
two
like
down.
the indoor fire pit for some odd reason.
Mhm.
By the way, what's over here? Is this like a stage or is this like
Yep.
a giant chimney?
It's a stage.
Oh, yay, stage. Pay no attention to the moving little dragon image.
There's and upstairs too, because it is both a tavern and an inn. After all, gonna make money somehow.
I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to question.
No,
That's
what?
fair.
Question what?
So do I.
Existence. We know this.
Why don't we introduce ourselves now that we've shown off the map a little bit and everything like that? I guess I should start. I am the Dushko. I am a multi-streamer from TTRPGs to video game to Let's Plays. You can find me on Twitch, Moonbeam, YouTube, Blue Sky. I am in a number of places. Now, that's not necessarily true about all my players, but that will be for them to say. Next, we'll go to Fluffy, who is named Seth on here.
Yeah, that's just what I typically have for Roll20. Hello, I'm Fluffy. I'm the one that typically does the very shoddy editing for Dashco. I avoid social media, so you won't find me anywhere. Good luck trying to find me on social media. If you do, kudos. I haven't checked it in, God, since high school. That's a long time for me.
What?
But yeah,
2000?
I'm not that old. That's
Careful.
you.
Hey, careful.
Also, I am one of the foremost people who know much about Roll20, as I play around with the little token that I put in.
Next up is
Anyways,
Lilith.
that's enough for me.
Do you want me to skip over you, Lilith?
I'm Lilith. You can find me right here for now. Hi.
Yeah,
That's
that
it.
doesn't scream.
That's the tweet. That's it.
that doesn't scream, hey, I'm even less on social media than this person that talked.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then finally, Scarecrow.
Hi, I'm Goth Scarecrow on all the forums. And I, as well, do not have very much social media presence. I think I still have a MySpace. So, like, that's cool.
Oh, God.
Hey, man,
I
Tom
definitely
is everybody's first and best friend.
I hate that. I fully understand that, too.
He may be everyone's first friend, but he also technically needs a little bit of force applied to the out back.
Anyway, I know this guy from work, and he asked me to help him out with this, so here I am.
Well, that's not like desperation calling or anything, I swear.
I need somebody.
Fuck you. I'll say this
And
now.
besides,
This is a TTRPG, and due to the nature of improv, there will be situations that will come up that will make you not necessarily feel all comfortable, warm, or fuzzy on the inside. Please understand that these kind of come up. If you aren't feeling comfortable, please step away, come back later, take some time, take a breather. This is an improv thing. I have not given any of these guys a script on what to say. Ugh.
no, I tear it up.
You would eat it! You fucking raccoon bastard!
No, I don't eat the paper. I tear it up. Then I use it for nesting.
Needless to say, there may come situations as we go on in this journey and on those adventures that might be disturbing, upsetting to certain people, and that just happens. So, we're sorry if you are upset, but we are always welcoming and hope that you come back and enjoy the rest of the show. Because, in a way, watching someone play D&D is a show.
Bless you.
Sorry, I meant to mute myself. I just couldn't find the button in time.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a sneeze. I thought you
I
were
have
just.
That's why I did the question
sniffles
mark.
from.
Sorry, every once in a while my
Allergies.
face decides to explode.
That's so fair. So does mine. I put push to talk on just for the stream every single time.
So, as I said, today we were looking at character creation. Now, to make things a little bit fair and everything, I did build a stat array
Oh, fire.
that people can use. Let me pull that up, and it will be in the Discord in a moment. Everyone has access to character sheets?
I've already printed it.
Oh, that's right. You printed. I just edited the thing because I'm techno savvy.
Well, yeah, you know. Some of us are from before computers, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, I grew up with them, so it's sort of like second nature to me just putting it on the computer. Though, Dash, you will get a laugh. 21 is a very common number with my character.
21.
Yeah, 21. You can go ahead and take a look at the character.
Now, for reasons, I'm not showing all my documents and stuff like that on stream, I hope. I'm just gonna do my best not to do that. But
Dude, I have Starlink. It's kind of crazy.
Me too.
Oh my god.
I live in the middle of nowhere. It's the only internet I could get.
So that's so fair. It's the only like decent, good internet that you can get when you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Out to the middle of
Fucking boom.
nowhere.
It was that or like, 5 bits upload. I was like, that's not good.
I mean, could also. I actually did some looking around, and apparently, at least if I moved outside of the city, the like major internet provider is just Frontier.
Yeah, they where I'm at, it was like 500 500 down, like 250 up was the best internet they could get to me.
you mean in your
Where
murder
with,
house?
Oh,
Yeah.
hey! Oh, hey! Are
is he
you back?
Yeah, I didn't realize I disconnected.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't worry, we filled your empty space.
Well, the problem is that I'm recording.
Oh, well, that does cause a bit of an issue.
Yeah, just hit the restart button.
I think it already picked it back up. It looks like it
tried
already
turning it off
reconnected.
I mean, at least from the stream end, at least on Moonbeam, it says that you're back on streaming.
Although I don't know where OBS went.
Never mind. Moonbeam says that you are done, I think.
Still streaming
Nope,
here.
never mind. It's there.
I probably just hit the hiccup just now.
Yep. Anyways, Lilith, do you want possibly continue our stupid game?
Look, guys, trying to make characters here.
Oh, I know. I just
So,
figured I'd ask in case.
You guys should
in
have
case you
access.
do-
You guys should have access to the. In resources, there is a general document, Runebell's general system information, that will have just some minor things, including the stat array.
Where is that?
Resources in the Discord.
In the Dropbox.
Also, if you need the information, here directly in resources, there's
New
a
Cluck said.
screenshot of it.
Ah, perfect.
See? Tech savvy.
Aha.
Look here, you whippersnap.
What is
Whippers-
F?
Whippersnap,
What's
how about you respect my authority a little bit?
FUTH is Futh. It is the measurement of
Yeah.
the measurement of your attunement to the natural magic of Lavaria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's get everyone's races. Because everyone can see the stat array. Fluffy, what race are you?
Well, if it wasn't slightly obvious from the token I've been moving around on the screen, I'm a dragon.
You're a Drelskar fire dragon, correct?
Hold on, let me get the pronunciation right. I am a Drolska Golden Dragon. Correction. Lordless Golden Dragon.
For a little bit of context for everyone that is watching at home now, the Drelskar dragons are a society that lives on a floating island that looks like the shape of a sleeping dragon. Their lords are the pinnacle of elemental control within the dragon society. There's a fire dragon lord, there's an ice, there's a wind, a light, and a shadow. But when you're the lordless Drauskar dragon, you've either been exiled or you've chosen to revoke any gifts from any of the lords. Tends to cause trouble among other Drauskar dragons, in most cases, but not always. The Drauskar dragons themselves are actually a quadrupedal type like dragon. They're not bipedal like most things tend to portray them as. Depending on which kind. You said you're golden. That's going to change at some point as I work more on the Drelskar dragons and get them more refined.
No, I'd figured as much, but at least for the time being, it is labeled as a Drolskar Lordless Golden Dragon.
I think, but we played with the idea that you light things on fire, correct?
Yes.
Then yeah, you're probably a fire dragon from the tundra. They're fuzzy, and their fur actually can be used as a fire starter. It can ignite, and it represents the same color of the hottest flame that they can breathe.
Wait a minute, did I? Oh, wait a minute, no, that's right. I'm not golden. That's right. I was solar originally.
And I think I was still working through some stuff.
Yeah, I remember now because I had the tail that was of fire.
So,
Hint, hint, to anyone who's been paying attention to words and listening. There was a little playtest of this earlier before we decided, hey, we should probably have a recording session of this so that way we can, look back at elements and whatnot. And I had picked the Droskal Lordless Dragon before, liked it, except I chose Solar before. I need to go and change that to be Solar again because I like the Solar. I liked having essentially a fire tail that was like, haha, I set things on fire.
So you kind of like a Charmander?
Yes.
All right, just checking. I'm just trying to track here.
Except I don't say Char or Charmander.
More of a Charmeleon type then, huh?
No, because I don't say my name that much.
Ow.
I think your cat is punishing you for me.
Listen here, you are going to lay here and you are going to like it.
I agree with this. I agree with that statement.
Lilith, you're next. So what race are you thinking you're going to play?
I'm a human. I don't know much more than that. You'll have to give me a bit. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, to be quite honest.
Well, that's what this session is hopefully for, is kind of figuring out what everyone wants to do and what everyone's playing and everything like that. Humans in this world are varied in a number of different ways. There actually is another type of subtype of human called the Deimos that come from the poles of the planet. Or I should say the poles of the belts. That is a type of human that, in a way, have drastically adapted to the cold in the elements that they're part of. They're more tribalistic and more like what you would imagine Native Americans would be. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sorry for any stereotypicals that may be out there. I apologize.
I was avoid saying it, but you know.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to say it, at least I'm going to, call myself out on it.
But humans come in a variety of different types, as they always do. A little fun fact about humans is that, in a way, there's even two different types of humans. There's humans from one side to the other. And by that is a little bit of a mystery that might be explored a little bit in the way that the lower belts are. You see, while this is not a post-apocalyptic game, the reason the world is these strips of landmass known as belts is because of an apocalyptic event that happened a long time ago, before any of the gods were there. But that is a lore drop, or potentially some point in this story. Who knows?
Hint, hint. But that is a story for another time.
Now we'll go over to Scarecrow.
Okay. I am playing a Nagasoon, which is kind of like an undead fox person, from what I understand. I don't know. Maybe Cisco can explain it a little bit better than that.
I can. So, the Nagasoon is a variant of Kitsune. When the Kitsunes decided that they wanted to leave from the center... So, magical creatures are forced to be closer to the center of the planet, where there is a well of magic. In a veritable storm. See, one method of people deciding to take the quick way out is to leap off the side of a belt into the core. Some believe that's just the quickest way to the core. They're wrong, but it happens.
They're like flat earthers. They say things, but they really don't understand it.
And they get proven wrong by their own scientific experiments.
Indeed.
Anyways. So the core of the planet is this massive magical storm, which is believed where a number of different planes exist. Planes is one way of describing it, but no one's completely sure what's down there. Some people try to go down there. There are the potential for portals to appear on the surface belt, on the top belt.
Do their pilots inform them of what's happening? I'll take my dad joke and leave.
The silence.
I'm gonna throw you out there for it now.
No. You can't throw me out there. Aha.
Watch me.
No.
Anyways. Like I said, no one's exactly sure what's completely in the center. one of the major leading theories is that it is where the planet is getting put back together at. But no one's come back with definitive information on if that's true or not. That being said, the Kitsunes used to be closer to the core of the planet, being magical creatures in and of themselves. The further away from the core of the planet, the more mana-starved they kind of become, unless they adapt themselves. See, when a highly magical creature, this is the same for the Drowscar dragons, there's a reason why there's Drowscar dragons and then dragons. Dragons come from the core of the planet. Drowscar dragons are on the surface level. But as Kitsunes migrated away from the core of the planet, they developed in different ways. There's still the classic Kitsune that we all know and love, that has their star pearl and all of that if you know Kitsune lore. But there's also the Kitsune, the sub-races of them that decided to, well, for lack of a better term, decided to fuck around and they found out, making their sub-races. The Nagatsune, the Mayotsune, and the Kaitsune. The Nagatsune, in particular, is a type of Kitsune who remove their soul from their body and put it into their star pearl. Now, their body is but a vessel. It's meat, for lack of better terms. To the point where it's like, it's really hard to kind of kill them. You could cut them up, and if they get enough time alone and everything, they can normally pretty much just put themselves back together. It does do a number on their connection, though, to their gem and their soul. So, while not technically being living, they're not technically dead either. Does that kind of expand a little bit on what the Nagatsune are?
Yeah. I'm like kind of undead, kind of not undead, sort of thing. Either way, I can stitch parts onto myself, and I thought that was really cool and kind of fits in with my love of horror movies and body horror. So that's why I decided to do it.
Here's an odd question. Are you by chance a fan of Children of the Corn?
Yeah. I mean, I've pretty much seen every movie on Shudder, if that helps you.
Okay. I then have to ask this very dumb question. Have you seen Sharks of the Corn?
Sharks of the Corn.
Sharks of the Corn.
Unfortunately, I think I have, yeah.
Oh, yay! Someone else who has seen that torture.
Yeah. I've also seen the movie Rubber, which is a movie
You
about
have?
a serial killing tire. Yeah.
My
And then
God.
there's- Yeah. I've watched some winners.
Oh, I have too. I have killed so much time by watching those oh so wonderful movies.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Oh
I
no,
had
there's
to
two
ask
of
the
them.
question. What was that?
Nothing.
What about Wolf?
So, as we keep going, the next step is kind of figuring out what your aspect is. Your aspect in this, for those watching, an aspect, see, the system doesn't have classes. Everyone is born with an aspect. And an aspect is how your natural magic developed. it's always tied to one of three things, at least for now. I might make other aspects if I can think of them, but for now we're going to focus on these three. Either you are a Futhark, a person whose magic is tied to creation and destruction of an element. You can emit it, you can craft it into weapons or walls, or you can even call upon the esoteric aspects of elements and how they tie to buffing and debuffing. But I did to say also that you destroy this element. And how you do that is it's just what your runes are able to do. See, every Futhark is born with a set of runes, one on each hand. Most people just assume that it is just the roughly deciphers into which element you can create and destroy. If there is more to that, no one's completely sure. Every aspect does have 3 different subtypes, and that's where I was kind of explaining the emitters, who essentially just produce the element. They can make lines, waves, blast zones. And that's just kind of what they do. They produce the element. Whether it be ice, fire, or electricity. Conjurers craft objects. They can make the element into, in a way, a solid form. It can be interacted with, it can be tripped over, it can be used to block things, it can be used to hurt people or help people. And then the augmenters, who cause people's blood to boil in a literal way, or cause them to become enraged. They call upon the elements, and more so the esoteric aspects of elements, to cause buffs and debuffs upon their enemies and their allies. The second aspect, and the Futhark can't use most high-end technology. Something about the magic in them tends to disrupt it. It usually doesn't work in their hands. In some cases, if they can consciously direct it, sometimes they can fry it. A lot of times, high-end technology is protected. Most people tend to think about that when they're actually developing it. But that's not to say that if you pump enough into it, it won't get fried. Per se. Which kind of leads us into the next aspect. This aspect isn't widely viewed as an aspect. Most people that have this aspect are viewed as magicless, actually. Some figure out that it's not that they're magicless, it's that their magic is much, much subtler than others. This is our engineers. Engineers, their magic takes on the subtlety for their machinations, for what they build, for weapons and armor, drones and cybernetics, alchemy, all that technology. You see, an engineer is tends to end up being, when they fully devote themselves, tends to end up being, in a way, a bit of a master craftsman. But a craftsman for whatever the technology they're working with. That's why I can't put that this is just a fantasy setting. It's because there is definitely a large sci-fi aspect to it as well. Hello, kitty cat. My cat has decided to visit me. So, like, there are even vehicles, and there are some factions that know and have created mechs to hunt down people or dragons. Now, I said that their magic works subtly, when all this technology stuff doesn't seem subtle at all. And I wasn't lying. Their magic makes them able to quickly change gear in the middle of combat. My gun needs to be doing lightning damage when it's doing acid damage. If I take this, reroute this, plug this wire into that, I have now changed it to dealing lightning damage. Or, I wanted to launch a fireball over there. Well, if I change the density of this acid, cause it to coat something, replace this with that, I'm now launching fireballs across the room. They may not have all the stuff to make the changes, but they always tend to be able to make changes in the middle of combat. So, most of the time they try to never be without the right tool for the right job. That's not always true, but they try their best. Oftentimes seen with large numbers of books, journals, not necessarily even journals, really binders, filled with all sorts of blueprints. And then the last type of aspect, their soul, when they were born, fragmented itself, and it has loose ends that reach for shards of other souls. These are called the spirit callers. Spirit callers attach shards of other souls to their own to use their power. Sometimes it's in the form of summoning them to fight with them. Stop, rewind, and try again. Sorry, tripping over my own tongue here. Spirit callers. Some spirit callers are more shamanistic with their souls, where rather than being tied down to a few souls, they figure out ways to call upon very specific aspects of souls. This creature has the skin that deals damage back upon melee attackers. Well, if I make a totem to this creature, I can call upon that aspect of the creature to augment my friends and allies so that when they are attacked by melee attacks, they deal damage back to their attacker. Or, this creature is very good at walking between two dimensions. and is very good at passing through walls. If I make this little trinket and give it to someone and they attune to it, they can now call upon that ability of the creature. They can now pass through solid objects. And then there are even some spirit callers that, rather than making totems or calling the creature forth to fight for them, they'd rather take the fight on themselves, and instead would rather have the body parts of a creature to fight with. This kind of spirit caller might call upon the head of a jackal so that they can hunt down their prey and devour them. Or the claws of a large cat so that they can tear their opponent apart. Each of these have names very fitting, and this one is called the Shifter. That being said, each one is very different in how they approach situations. And they have to think differently. Like I said, probably the simplest of the three is the Futhark. But all of them have capabilities in the right hands, with the right mind, and the right way of thinking to do world-changing things. Say an engineer that develops and figures out how to make a nuclear bomb. I hope that's not one of you guys.
Nah. Not really. Not my style.
I'm gonna be over here afraid because the other two didn't respond.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think
No.
I'm going to be making bombs.
But you see what I'm
like
talking
taking
about.
this time to do character stuff while I'm waiting for you to go over all the lore and everything about the game, which is good, by the way. Don't stop.
Oh, that's kind of why I'm doing this, is that, like, each section I'm kind of describing what they each mean. So that people at home can kind of see, and then you guys can kind of see, and we can all make our decisions. So we'll start with Seth.
Yep.
Or Fluffy,
Well,
or whatever we end up calling you. By the way, what is your character's name? Because I think you actually have a name for your character.
Yeah. Rolotos.
Rolotos. So
We're going to have
Rolotos.
2 R names in the party.
Oh no.
Can we get a third?
The 3 R's!
We're just pirates now.
I mean,
They exist.
the
They're
the
called
other
Scott.
idea is,
There's
sorry.
I was just saying, pirates exist. They have a couple of names, Sky Pirates being one of them, or Hollow Pirates
Definitely
being
not
another.
a pirate.
I mean, technically, if our third decides to go with a letter P starting name, then we could be known as Per.
That would imply that whoever the P name is the leader, isn't it? Their name's first.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
You hear that, Scarecrow? Imagine you being the
No, I
leader.
didn't. Me being the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
That's not an ideal plan.
I mean, neither of you have met Rolotos before, and Dash is the only one that knows how I play Rolotos.
Well, Dash and I have spoken about what my character is, and I'm not 100% sure you want me leading this little game.
I don't think so either.
So, Lilith, it sounds like you're going to have to be the party lead.
This is the best decision, I'm sure.
Well, honestly, I think Dash is the only one who can vouch for if my character would be good to be the leader.
I mean, it could be.
I remember what you're doing as well, so
Yeah, but you've only heard it. You haven't experienced it.
Which hopefully we'll all get. We'll see. If we're doing a session 0.2, then no, we probably won't experience it.
We can also kind of naturally figure out who the leader is rather than trying
Yeah.
to just
naturally is much better.
Yeah.
Naturally would be better, yeah.
Yeah, very true.
But
So-
yeah, so I'll be playing as Rolotos, and like I said, 21 is a very common number with this character apparently.
Why is he like 21 years old right now?
No. It has to do with what you've seen in the roles there.
Oops, all 21.
Well, for starters, at least going by the character creation progress,
Which is why I said that we're going to use the stat array.
oh yeah, I use the standard array. This is what I'm talking about. When I use the standard array, and I completely forgot about race having pluses and minuses to things. I rolled for character's health. Total health became 21. I then remembered, oh wait a minute, that's right. There's race modifiers. Race modifiers put in. I rolled again. It came up 21.
Dude, I still even rolled stats.
You don't need to.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I've had a little bit of experience, so I sort of know like what the heck I'm looking for. And honestly, when Dash was explaining stuff, I rolled stuff, and I had filled out most of the character sheet already.
Did you actually end up rolling your stats?
Well, no. Standard array allows us to just
Okay.
it that. But HP and rune points are still rolled, at least from what I understood with the character creation.
I'll figure that out for standard array. But right now I'm going to leave it as rolled. That being said, it's not likely you're going to have a small amount of HP. 20s to 30s should be your average HP in first level.
Yeah, it's also really astonishing that I got 21. At least how you have HP divvied up here. Would you like to go over that, or is that for a later point
Well-
after you explain the standard array?
Well, standard array right now is set up what I believe they should be. And that might be subject to change at a later point. But I feel like this is where it's going to be balanced right now.
And for those of you who can't currently see the standard array, the standard array is a 16, 14, 13, 12, 11, and 8.
Oh, hey,
Now, normally,
that starting health is wrong.
how's that wrong?
It should be con, not STR.
According to the thing here, it says STR.
Yes, it should be con.
Yeah,
That's
you
why. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why it's wrong.
That's why it's wrong. It should be con
So you don't-
score plus con mod.
Oh, wait a minute. You replaced something here.
Ingenuity's been replaced.
I see that. I have to now figure this out again. Kiss you!
I've been working on it for years, but there's been a lot of on and off periods. Bear with me. I am one person. The fact I've got this at the point it is currently, I mean, the fact that it's even at a playtest stage.
Yeah, but I can still say, "Curse you, He-Man!"
But I'm not He-Man.
Yeah, for this purpose, I can.
But yes, that should be con.
Yeah, I see that. Fudge.
You have the character sheet printed out, right, Scarecrow?
I do.
What are the 6 stats listed there?
I have strength, dexterity, constitution, no, which I guess is knowledge.
Yes.
Cha, charisma, and then Futh.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Those are what I got.
That should be exactly what you have.
Okay. Well, I hope so. It is your character sheet.
That's why I'm asking. I'm making sure that I made that change.
So, and then I did the race modifiers. What is the what are bonuses? The bonuses and negatives from race modifiers are after the stats are applied, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then once the stats are applied, it adds to something, or is there like a score? I'm saying like other tabletop RPGs.
Yes, they do add and in some cases subtract. Let me find the race document and put it into resources. Can you guys hear my mouse clicking? Or am I just hearing things? Okay.
So, yes, actually can hear the clicks, at least on the stream.
Really?
I had to unmute the stream to listen in, but I can hear the clicks on the stream. I can't hear it in Discord. If that makes it any better.
Interesting. Pretty sure this is the most update version of the race. Yeah, see, you were a solar dragon based off of when I was still working on the original form of the Drellscar dragons.
Yeah. All right.
So, the Nagatsun can either pick a +2 to knowledge or +2 or Futh, a +2 to Dex, but a -2 to strength. You can imagine why. Dead flesh is not very hardy in most cases.
Nope.
However, you do have a very nice ability, the undead nature of the Nagatsun. So,
Just as a heads up, you did disconnect from Moonbeam for a brief moment.
am I back already?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just noticed that it went from live to offline and then back on.
So there's a few hiccups, a few connection issues. I believe the heat.
Not the heat death of the universe?
So, the Nagatsun, they have a very unique ability. Oh, let's go into a little bit of each of your races. Into their precise directness. We'll start with the Drellskar. Now, Drellskar dragons, as you can imagine, can see in low light. They have some night vision abilities. They get a breath weapon based off of whichever kind of element they are. But what kind of is interesting is that they, and this is for those that have lords, their lord blesses them with the resistance that the lord is master of. So you might meet a fire dragon who's resistant to cold because his lord that he's decided to follow and, essentially in a way of saying worship, but not exactly worship, is the master of ice, or the master of water, Lumina. Lumina is the dragoness of water. Or Tundra, the dragon of cold. Which leads to a very interesting thing that he would actually take more damage from fire if he was following Tundra. Kind of a backward situation. Most fire dragons would not follow Tundra, though. It's not a common thing. But that's the way that the Drellskar dragons work. Whoever they consider their lord gives them a minor blessing of resistance, but it comes with a minor bane of vulnerability. Almost every race in the system has gifts that are bonuses and flaws that are negatives. I say almost every race because humans don't have that. But I might make some changes. Because as alluring as it is, a flaw can also be a very powerful gift in of itself if used appropriately. If you think out of the box. Or it can be very easily mitigated. It all depends on how you work with it. But as it is right now, humans do not have any flaws. They're everywhere. They've adapted to a lot of things. But their gifts aren't super powerful, in my opinion. But I could be completely wrong. Every race has their ups and downs. As I said about humans, they get bonuses to just about all of their skills, actually. And rather than getting any negatives, they just get positives. It makes them pretty alluring. But it's all how you see it. just because you don't have a bunch of fancy gifts doesn't mean that you can't be fancy yourself and make stunning things. And just because you have a fancy gift of some kind doesn't mean that you'll make anything of it. So we talked about humans, we talked about the Drellscar. Let's go over to the Nagasun. They're pretty far down there. So the Nagasun, I've already said what their flaw was. It's the way that their star orb, star gemstone works. But to adapt for this, they gave up some of their other abilities to get different gifts as well. Things like the nature of being undead and never having to sleep again. See, a Nagasun cannot be knocked unconscious, and they just don't need to sleep. That being said, that does mean that when they are dropped to 0 hit points, they can keep fighting. It's not advised, but they can do it. It will cost them an arm and a leg. Literally. You could almost say that a Nagasuns in lore, how they became what they are, is that their founder, the beginning of the Nagasun, was afraid to go to the Graveyard of Bones. Graveyard of Bones, or I should say the Garden of Bones. Graveyard in there, I don't know why. But it's the Garden of Bones. It's the afterlife. It is a place that maybe you'll go to, maybe you won't, who knows. Because resurrection in this system is weird.
Yeah, it's something that I'm not looking forward to experiencing. Hopefully.
I don't think anyone is. The long and short of it, resurrection is not a guarantee. Those that reside within the Garden of Bones do patrol it and do explore it, hoping to find those looking to cheat death. Because the cheat death is to leave the garden. To leave the garden, one must find their tree. And then hopefully, should they find their tree, and it be untouched by the gardener or his 2 servants, there is a chance that they can come back. Resurrection, in this way, is just giving them, hopefully, a leg up. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a small stream of a group of adventurers going through their resurrection. Maybe not. We'll find out. That's a story for another time. That being said, because of the nature of the Nagasun, they can't shapeshift. So, how do I put it? They're always in a kind of hybrid form for Kitsune. Not to say that they can't sew on their body parts to other things, or sew other things, body parts onto themselves. Just a thought. They are one of the few races that have a mana ability. It's not many of them. And all a mana ability is some ability that actually draws on the base form of their magic and drains it for some benefits or other uses. So, fun little things. Yes, the Noxune plays exactly into your horror body horror stuff. There's Scarecrow. Well, damn. I guess you incinerated that arm. Guess I'm taking yours.
Oh man, that's a cool tattoo. I want it.
Yeah, you could do that. You could even technically just take portions of skin and replace your skin with it. Oh, why did I say that?
Oh yeah, possibilities are endless, my friend. Is taxidermy a skill?
No, I don't think it is.
It's about to be.
I have made mistakes. There are some, and I
I
regret
was over
them.
here writing my backstory. What the hell did I miss?
Well, I'm pretty sure someone's going to be skilled in taxidermy.
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Because, you know,
Alright, sounds good. Get you later.
because, you know, your face is my face, too.
Hey, listen,
Incredible,
listen.
man.
Sometimes you just get tired of your face and you need to find a new one. It's a normal thing.
Or who? It puts the lotion on the skin, or it loses its face again.
The lotion in the basket.
So, aspects. Starting with Seth. What aspect are you thinking of?
Well, the aspect is spirit color.
And feel free to tell me as little, or tell everyone and tell us as little or as much as you want to tell us. And if I ever start talking about something that you don't want me to talk about, specifically involved with your character, please, just tell me to shut the fuck up.
That's perfectly fine. Well, I'll essentially be a spirit color, focused around the tribal aspect because I really like the totem idea. Hopefully this time I'm not having to be a flippin' tank. Still a little salty about that.
Who knows? Maybe you will be, maybe you won't.
Let's put it this way: I'd rather not. Because, well, as you can technically see from the roll there, I'm technically below 20 HP.
Wait, what's your... Why would you put that... Why would you put that number into that stat? Why would you do that?
Because
My strength is 6.
Yeah, but your health isn't based off of strength. It's supposed to be based off of constitution.
mean, that's the next lowest number at 11.
Hey Lilith, I know that you probably don't want to talk about it, but what's your con score? If you've said it yet or not. Because I think you've only been working on background.
I forgot that I was on push to talk. It's probably higher than all of yours.
Got it.
You are probably the
Maybe it's a
tankiest character of the party right now.
What was that?
You're probably the tankiest character of the party right now.
Bro, I just wanted to be the glass cannon. It's crazy how this works out.
Oh no.
Maybe I'll just be the cannon.
Oh no.
I'll be that. I'll be the brick house. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, one thing that I was meaning to ask. What can a spirit caller do with rune points?
So I have each of the class specific resources on the character sheet.
Yeah.
So rune points is a Futhark. I believe it should be like SP or spirit points for a spirit caller.
I don't have that anywhere.
Yeah, I don't.
There's 2 blank spaces. Maybe it's supposed to be one of those. Under balance.
At least going by what you have here for the most recently edited version, there's just race sub aspect rune points, then a couple of other things that I'm not going to mention just yet. Which I now only realize that I may have copied the wrong character sheet.
Do you have version 4?
Yep.
So yes, there should be a section for spirit points. It would be the same thing as rune points.
Okay, is it calculated the same way?
For spirit callers, your primary attribute. I know I wrote that down somewhere. It's charisma.
Oh, it's charisma. Okay, so then that doesn't change anything.
Now, for a tribal or shaman, as I like to call them, your secondary is Futh.
Yep.
For those at home, every aspect has a primary, which is related to whichever aspect it is, a primary stat attribute, and then a secondary that is recommended to be able to modify the specific abilities of their sub-aspect. In this case, certain modifications will be made for the shaman based off of Futh. Things like their totem might make it so that it reflects damage based off of the damage reflection is this number plus Futh mod. And so on and such forth. So while their primary is charisma, they still want to have a high Futh. Aspect wise, Lilith, are you ready to tell? Do you want to tell us yours next, or should I go to the next person?
Next.
Scarecrow,
Yes.
your aspect. You're thinking of?
Okay, so you and I went back and forth a little bit. on which one. I think I've settled on doing the spirit collar,
Is
but
it-
the one I'm doing is the summoner.
Okay.
So, and it's gonna focus on, I think, because if I read it correctly, I'm supposed to make a pact with something,
Yeah, yours
right?
is making so you'll start with either being a monster type that you can make pacts with. For you, I believe we
Right.
were talking about undead.
Undead, yeah. And then we were gonna do something, but I was reading somewhere, looking for the page now because I print everything out. Um,
Did you
that
try
there's like
paragraph 4, subsection 3?
yeah, here it is. On our summoning perk tree list, there's a thing where it's like you can either use catalysts, contracts, or rune or beast connection or something like that. Right? Am I crazy?
Okay,
Not reading
don't
that
worry
correctly?
about the perk tree list.
Okay. Anyway, so the concept that I came up with was a summoner who's kind of like made a pact with undeath, and I make bodies for like spirits to inhabit, and that kind of is how I summon things.
Okay, so a little bit more onto the summoner. So
Yeah.
spirit callers take and make a contract with a portion of a soul of a creature. It being undeath means that you can actually bind like the full soul to yourself, in a way.
Mhm.
When I say that you're making pact with something undead, it's a creature type of the undead nature. So maybe it's so you want to make
Spirit,
bodies
maybe?
for spirits. So you'd be looking
Like
at
ghost?
yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm summoning the ghost, but I'm giving them like a body to get into and fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is absolutely makes perfect sense. So let's figure out a ghost.
Okay.
Let's figure out a creature that. What is your first creature?
Probably a wraith or I don't know. Let's go look at monsters, I guess. Dropbox.
Dropbox, I summon thee.
You. Is that in world? Would monsters be in world building or?
So I don't have a very extensive list of monsters.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would probably say, if we're just going off the hip here, I'd probably say like wraith or ghost would be one, right?
Yeah,
Spirit,
Wraith,
Soul.
Spirit, Ghost. I'm
Shadow, whatever they end up calling it. But yeah, because something that would be ethereal, because they'd need to possess something.
yeah.
Like, I mean, we could even do the TV girl from The Ring. I watched a movie one time.
The worst part
I lived
is
in a
that's
house
actually
and she was in that
possible.
bed. I don't know what happened. For all you Japanese horror fans out there.
So we're not gonna do Wraith because that's a little too powerful.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, I am using monsters from other systems.
What about
Oh, Banshee would also work.
yeah?
When you
What
go.
about like
Yeah, but that implied that he got a girl.
oh yeah, no, I don't have one of those. I might make one. Um
Oh, geez, sorry.
anyway.
He,
Uh
he lives with a girl and doesn't have a girlfriend.
hey. No need for all that.
Hey, you. Hay's for horses.
Nay means no. Anyway, yeah, so isn't there like a puppet, like like an animated objects and puppets and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Technically.
So in theory, would that count? Would that work? like the thing that animates those things. I don't know how that would work. Because it's just magic usually that animates them. I guess that doesn't really make sense.
It typically is the thing that animates them.
Yeah.
Bruce, I'm just trying to look at low encounter monsters.
Look at Ghost. I think ghosts are pretty low encounter.
Shadow's also technically another.
Yeah,
one.
Shadow.
If you don't want to pull from D&D, there's also technically a shade, which yes, there is a D&D equivalent to that, but I was thinking more of a shade from sort of Greek mythology there.
I mean, if we really getting down to brass tacks, you could even say a zombie, right? Because like, I'm basically making zombies or flesh golems in a sense.
Do they know how to mash?
I do teach them the monster mash, yes. It's
All
a
right,
step
cool.
to the right.
And you just naturally also have one that goes.
No, it's a hand.
Ah, that makes sense.
It always tries to grab at something, but there's nothing there.
No, it's Thing, bro. He's the brains of the operation.
Oh, I thought that was Bob.
Yeah, that's Bob.
Oh, it's not Bob Dole?
No, I was thinking of Bob, you know, the shrunken head Bob.
Or the real old pull, Bub from Land of the Dead. The aware zombie who shoots people.
So yeah, we could do it as like a zombie, an undead spirit, something. Yeah.
Like I was thinking like a ghost or a spirit because it makes more sense if I'm calling them and giving them I'm giving them a body to get into. But if it works better for the system, like if you think about it, it's kind of also like a zombie in a sense. So, here we go. Whatever works better for you, I guess.
That might give me something that I can.
What was that?
Yeah, we can work with like a possessed zombie. Flavor-wise, it's that you're sending a spirit into a zombie. What you summon essentially is a possessed zombie.
Mm-hmm.
And I will make some stats for that before the next session, so you'll have that, and I'll get that to you.
Okay. Yeah, and then as I get, it can just be like one of those things. Like as I get more and more powerful contracts or whatever, because I think I get more of them.
Yep.
As time goes on, we can just be like, oh yeah, well these things, it's not necessarily me. It's me like learning how to make bodies better.
It's that.
Right?
It's
so the more, like,
getting more powerful spirits to go into them, and it's literally going to be how
body.
Yeah, more powerful body, more powerful spirits to enter into the bodies that can impose their own abilities into it. Such things like that.
Yep, I think that'll work. Plus, it'll be really cool.
You're gonna sew so many things onto creatures.
I plan to have an undead chimera. End goal.
So
it didn't start as a manticore, but it's a manticore now.
So while yes, you can only make contracts with undead, that does not stop you from making contracts with undead beasts. So yeah, that's very much a possibility. As long as it has undead as part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll figure that out. I'll make the undead variant and stuff like that.
What we're thinking about right now If we get into this and it kind of winds up not working out, we can also shuffle back to the other plan I had for basically a similar design for the character. Was you have like an engineer class that has a drone master
Yep.
or something like that,
Yep.
if
A
I'm not
controller.
mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, drone controller, and it's kind of a similar concept where I'm making but instead of being like a mechanical drone, it would be like zombies, or flesh golems, essentially.
And this is where I come back to the point of this is not strictly a fantasy system. Yes. Because zombies by fantasy nature, or zombies by technology. They both exist.
Yeah, where is it? Yeah, the drone guy.
Mm-hmm. And they only have like 3 or 4 drones, but
I think it's 5. It's like 2. Where was it? I was just fucking looking at it. It's like they can have like 2 utility drones, 2 some other kind of drones, and 1 combat drone.
yep.
Yeah. So
Owl, are you ready yet for aspect, or do you want me to go into a little blurb for a minute?
I'm almost ready.
So a little blurb. So another thing, and you guys will figure this one out. Spellcasting it's not that it doesn't exist. There are casters. There are what you could equate out to be wizards, even. It's a hard direction to go into, though. You see, the system works off of the list and series of gifts that you can get. Excuse me. And you can get gifts that allow you to actually cast stop, rewind, and try again. You can get gifts that allow you to cast spells like fireballs and lightning bolts, but in their own methods. It's not easy. It requires a lot of work, a lot of resources, not just from you, but also excess resources from things like wands and rods and staves, and it's an expensive profession to go into. Runecasters is what they're called. And a lot of times they end up going down the path that's a little bit easier, where they just end up enchanting things. But there are those that do not go down that path. There are those that decide that they want to choose violence. It is what it is.
I mean, violence is always an option.
It is always an option. Except for when it's not.
No, then dumbness is the answer for that. I'm getting the feeling that that answer does not equal what do you want it to be.
I really hope this party survives. Maybe having the idea of backup characters might not be the worst idea.
Oh, I always have a backup character.
I do want to implement at some point a kind of job-like system. Something where people can get, like, a list of gifts that are aligned along specific paths. Like for a rune scribe. Or a barbarian. But I don't have anything yet like that. It's a plan in the future, but to keep it purely in its classless nature, I don't have that. Who knows what will happen? The world is a vast place, and the mind even vaster. I'll be smaller. And I think my cat just jumped into the bathtub.
Good place for him.
He either
might
jumped in the
actually like
bathtub
that.
or the toilet. Oh, not the toilet, the garbage can. And I think it was the bathtub.
Well, it can only help with that so much.
I'll
Words
be,
mainly.
I'll be right back.
Hey, cool. We get to entertain folks if they're paying attention. Yay!
Have all the power now.
We have the power. Join me, and together we shall rule the world.
Come to the dark side. We have cookies.
No, these cookies are mine. They are not for sharing. Together.
Also, just because.
No.
Okay, yeah, it was the bathtub.
Excuse
back.
you.
That's because of you.
There-
My bad.
There's no
Yeah,
excuse
you're
for
bad.
a scarecrow.
What I do?
There's no excuse for you.
Oh, yeah. You know, my mom always told me that, but
Hearing it said out loud means a whole new different thing.
all right, Hexen, you can be up here, but we're going to have a conversation about how you act.
But father,
Appropriate,
Good. My
Hexen.
minion is doing his job.
I want to be a gremlin. Let me be a gremlin.
Oh, he's already a fucking gremlin.
Good. Good.
He keeps
Drive
crawling to
him
sink and drinking out of
insane.
dishes. I'm starting to get worried about him.
Keeps what?
He'll crawl into our sink and drink out of, like, you know, like sometimes you get food stuck in something or you need to
Oh
soak it in there.
god.
And he'll stick his face in there and start drinking it.
Yeah, I know that.
And we got him like a water fountain. He's got like a $40 water dish that has like a fountain attachment, and our cat is super spoiled. And like, yeah, still would prefer to drink out of a bowl.
Yeah, how would you feel about having, you know, 8 cats that do that?
No, one's enough.
You sure?
Our little psychopath is enough for me.
I mean,
There's always more.
your little psychopath does watch you when you're in the bathroom, when you're showering.
Oh yeah, my cat is a total creeper. Total creeper.
Look, he even knows. He probably just looked at you just now.
That
Probably.
you saying creeper like that awakened an old memory.
Oh,
Good.
sorry.
It should, because that was an old reference.
That was a very old reference.
So, Lilith, you ready now?
Like 5 more minutes, and yeah.
Let's go into a couple of the extra things while Lilith figures that out. Let me see.
Well, let's finish. I'll finish mine with you. We'll go through like the health point stuff
So,
if you want.
sure.
People kind of understand where all the numbers are coming from.
So,
Okay.
first level hit points, if I remember correctly seeing it, it should be 2d10 plus your con score, and then con modifier.
So 2d10. What? So what's the modifier on 11? 0?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So 7 plus 11 is 18.
I think I have a rule that says reroll anything below 5.
You do, but that's for stats.
Yeah.
As it says here, roll stats. Roll 2d10 for each of the 6
Please
stats.
reroll your
Then you
5s
may
and
place the
below.
results.
Your minimum is 10 plus con score.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so HP is counting towards that as well.
Yes.
Hey, look, I got a 10. Perfect.
You've got the lowest health you can have. 21.
Nope.
So
I
barring-
technically could have less if I had a negative constitution modifier.
Barring negative constitution.
actually, speaking of which, do I re-roll only one of the dice, or
Yeah,
both
you
of
only
them?
reroll 1.
Because okay.
Roll it again.
Oh, good. You want to know what that brings me up to?
Roll it again. It's still below 5.
Oh, that's right. Damn it.
Hey, how do you add a little guy?
Change the
when you
picture,
take
you
a look
mean?
at your
No, like
Yeah.
the little token on the map.
Oh. So, you grab your character, or you grab your, whichever your sheet name is.
Mhm.
Please don't tell me is that your name?
Hey, real quick,
Yes.
I realized that I forgot to hit save when I was inputting my character's stats before, where I was keeping track of everything. So what was standard array again?
standard array is as follows: 16, 14, 13, 12, 11, 8.
Okay, thanks.
Would you like this repeated?
No.
Okay.
Thank you for calling
And then
Movie
it's
Phone.
+2 for 2 stats from human, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I click my character name,
You drag it over to the map.
drag it to the map, and let go.
Yep.
Nothing.
So you're not supposed to. So when you're looking at your character on the far right side there,
Yeah.
click, hold, and drag to somewhere on the map that you can see.
Okay. I am hovering over the roast pig,
All right.
and it shows
Release.
there's a little tab with my name and a picture on it. Right?
Uh,
Not a tab.
no,
It's like
you shouldn't be seeing that. You literally, like I said, you go over, grab the thing that's over there in the character section. There you go.
No, I just did that for them. So,
Oh, you did.
on the right side, grab your character name, drag,
yeah.
drop onto the map that you can see.
Yep, just did that. Nothing.
Weird.
Right?
Dash, did you enable the fact that he can edit the sheet there, as well as control it?
I was looking at the wrong person. Which one is your character? What?
No, Blot is mine, for whatever reason.
Oh, he needs a character sheet. That's what's happening here.
Ah, that would probably solve the situation.
Very much so.
By the way, the reason that Dash said that there's Bois there, and I said that that was mine, is because on the Discord, I am currently known as Buck or Buck, a new cluck. So, Bois. Buck.
There you go, Scarecrow. You should have a character sheet called Sprofig in the Roll20.
Why can't Roll20 ever just like come up with like
Found it.
actual, like, it doesn't have to be names, just words for stuff there.
And you should be able to edit and control that. If you click and drag that over onto the map, it should drop a token.
Got it.
What's HP roll look like?
2d10, reroll
HP.
5s, plus Constitution
HP.
score, plus Constitution modifier. So 14 plus your score plus your modifier.
So,
Probably have close to 30.
over.
Oh, good. Good,
Yay!
good.
Over
Good.
30.
Good. There's someone with more than 30 hit points.
Okay, cool. And
Yay!
hey,
Hey, look, you learned something.
I go to the hand tool. I should be able to move this guy around.
You can actually just like select the token, and then you can use like the arrow keys to move it around if you so wish.
Select a token. Ah!
Good that someone has more than 30 hit points, because I've been told my enemies can be mean sometimes.
Yes, they can. They're
Look,
annoying like that.
look. You decide to jump through the door where the enemies were waiting for you.
Yeah, because I had to be the tank in that game, or in that run of it. What do you expect?
Which is funny because someone was being a barbarian anyways.
But I wasn't a barbarian.
You weren't the barbarian. No, you're right.
We had someone who was like, yes, I'm going to use gun, and suddenly I had to become tank.
Oh, that didn't do that.
What shouldn't do what?
Yeah,
No,
I'm ever so slightly over 30.
Oh, good.
Was I also the highest roll
No.
for HP? No, okay.
The Fluffy has a 19.
Oh,
I
he
have
rolled 19.
an aura.
I rolled a 10 and a
Oh,
9.
you still have less than me? What the fuck?
Yes. Con was one of my dump stats.
None of these two fools have health.
For reference,
I'm-
because of
How
the
much
19
HP do you actually have?
Well, if it's my dump stat, I stuck my 8 in that. So 19 plus 8 is a whopping 27. Minus 1 because of the modifier. So
So 26.
26.
Con. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
As I said, 'tis a dump stat.
Oh, whatever.
I'm sitting at 33.
Woohoo!
Cool. The human
I'm just a square.
can take a hit.
I like the two magical creatures are going to be hiding behind the human. That's funny as hell.
I'm subhuman, but we'll get to that.
Yay. Does this subhuman have a subathon?
That'd be fun if we could get the people to do that.
I like how my joke just fell flat. Close that. Wait a minute, why did I close that? I need that pulled back up.
So are you finally ready for the, which aspect are you? As little or as much as you wish to tell us?
About my character?
I mean, yeah. I was just kind of going by, bit by bit for each character.
Okay. Well, I don't want to go over too much currently, because I want there to be like some mystique about her. She wears all white, pretty much all the time. She's human, mostly. Her almost her entire back is all like metal and cybernetics, going up her spine, and her arms and legs are as well. She's an engineer, but not the aforementioned drone type. She's not a mecha pilot. She's not like a gunsmith. I mean, kind of she is, but mostly she does cybernetic stuff that she puts on her body.
This one happened to be somewhat like Eve from Cyberpunk, was she?
E?
Eve.
Oh, Eve.
I'm not recalling who that is.
Okay.
Are you talking about the main female character of Cyberpunk 2077 Edgerunners?
Eve.
Oh, like Evelyn Parker?
I thought her thing was. I thought her name was just Eve.
Oh, are you talking about Lucy?
Oh, I am. Yeah. I was dumb.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, there is an Eve in Cyberpunk, but she's like the stripper lady.
Oh yeah.
But no, no, not at all. I'm not a hacker. I'm more of a something else. Definitely more of a something else. Not a net runner. Lucy was a net runner.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's not where the inspiration is. If you were trying to like find out what my inspiration for the character is, which I'll be honest, probably no one here would know the inspiration for this character. So
Okay.
we're just gonna leave it as it is for what I've said so far.
Okay.
If you wanted a name for her, her name is Revenant.
So
Hey, Scarecrow.
we've got Rothlos,
Volatos.
Rolatos. We got Rolatos. We've got Revenant.
I'll come up with a name at some point.
You've got 2
He'll get
weeks.
there. He'll get there.
It'll get
Listen,
there eventually.
I have trouble naming things. I literally named my black cat Hexen because I didn't want to name it Spell.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I named my white cat Slate.
Because you're hoping it gets darker?
No, because its eyes are slate blue.
Oh.
I thought it was because the color is fur.
Oh, those are his eyes.
Either way, this is beside the point. I'm bad at naming things.
So
Great.
I'm totally expecting, your first minion to be called Bob.
Bob, what do I look like? Frank.
That's funny.
So for the next step,
Frankenstein. You're Igor? No, it's pronounced Eagle. Not what they told me. Well, they were wrong, weren't they?
now the next step is picking out gifts and stuff. I have some gifts listed out, in the general gift information document.
General information document.
1 minute.
Where would that be?
In the resources section. Where do you
Oh,
think?
right. I'm still.
Don't mind me just kicking my cat out of my room.
Why are you kicking him out of your room?
General system information document.
So, hold on. Let me find the proper document.
Found it.
No, you found the general system information document, not the gifts.
Oh, what? But you said.
Yes, yes. I know what it said.
With Ark.
Be angry.
If you saw how hard
I
was
already poked him about how everything is extremely unorganized currently.
Getting better. I am working on it.
Jesus, Adrian.
Look, I make changes and I do better. I try not to run with the machine open.
What what I'm essentially hearing is plausible deniability.
Fuck you.
Wait a minute, I was just helping you. Why'd you say that?
It sounds like you're trying to crucify me. There you go.
What?
Ah,
Resources.
we got there, boys.
Squawk! Squawk!
So that's a list of different gifts that I do have figured out currently. That being said, I'm not opposed to working on gifts for your character that fit. The system is meant to have a lot of these. And yes, I've been working on this for years, but even then, I am one person. There's only so much I can do. And going through playtests helps spur more inspiration to make more. And do more.
I mean, I also want to help create stuff for this, which is kind of why I'm playing engineer. So
Same. So I'm doing summoner.
That's why I am not opposed.
cybernetics were like the smallest, tiniest thought before I came along. There
To be fair, a lot of
There's
the
like a few
engineers
things
mods
for
are
it.
that way.
was like a few of them. I think it was just like the arms, and I think even then it was like an extra set of arms the way I was reading it.
So,
I think they were replacement arms because I think we came up with that in the car.
we talked about it in the car.
Yeah.
But there's even more now thanks to Lilith.
Yeah, I'm sure. I was just saying. The original the original arms.
As far as gifts, all right,
So-
which one am I actually looking for that through?
There's a gift doc. It's in resources in Discord. That's what I have actively.
Is it the one you just posted?
Yes.
Okay, how many gifts do we get at the
1,
beginning?
2, 3. We're gonna say 3 plus a weapon proficiency. So like weapon type proficiency is so 4 if you want to 4 gifts of tier 1. I would advise some form of weapon proficiency.
Would they be considered perks
Yes.
on the sheet? Okay.
And the end term I'm going to be calling them for now is gifts.
Okay.
Okay,
I just want to double check where I write it down.
Don't put it into magic/tech gifts.
Right.
So there's a couple different versions of gifts. There is the primary form of gifts, which are used in combat. This is weapon perks, fighting styles, special attacks, stuff like that. Then there are magic/tech gifts, which are gifts you get from items or gear. You might get one of your arms replaced with a cybernetic arm that increases your strength when using that arm. That's where that gift would go. Or you might get a boon from a god that says, when you're trying to learn about a subject, you get a +2 to your rolls, even if you don't know anything about the subject.
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
Under exotic, like, weapon proficiencies, right?
Yes.
It says one weapon for ranged. Would that be, like, flintlocks or specifically flintlock pistol, flintlock rifle?
So you want exotic weapon proficiency in flintlocks themselves, or do you want to go into guns and stuff like that?
Well, flintlocks are guns.
Yes.
They're all guns.
That's the start
question-
point of guns.
Yeah, I understand.
I think mine was supposed to be exotic melee.
I believe yours was exotic melee.
Yeah.
What was the weapons list?
Because yours was mods, right?
Yeah.
By the way, just to double check,
Mine was my exotic melee was katana.
That's right.
just to double check, we're picking essentially one defensive, one combat, one aspect, one weapon proficiency perk for a total of 4 there, and then 2 non-combatant ones.
Yes and no. I've removed the restrictions. So there's going to be 4. I said 4, right?
At least what I read here: defensive, combat, aspect, and weapon proficiency perk.
4 combat
2 perks.
and 2 non-combat.
Remove a combat. So you pick 1 combat and 2 non-combat.
4 combat.
Oh, 4 combat, 2 non-combat. Got it.
Let me open up my gift document so I can better explain the different types of gifts. So yeah, so combat gifts are very much, like I said, they're proficiencies with types of weapons, their fighting styles, maneuvers, special attacks, things that give you benefits in an encounter of fighting. Non-combat are gifts that give you some kind of benefit to your skills, or you gain some kind of benefit with certain skills. Magic tech gifts are gifts that you get from items. You might have an advanced form of the snack sack, which actually gives you some sustenance. Which might say that you have the gift that you no longer need to. You are always sustained food-wise, no matter where you're at, as long as you have this item. Oftentimes, these kind of gifts do rely on things like attunement, body stress, or your divine aptitude. Attunement is how many magical items you can attune to. Some don't require it, Some do. This is connecting the magical item to your direct source of mana. There's a limit on this, and that's based off of your Foos mod. Body stress, which is one that we're going to see a lot of because we do have someone that deals on a lot of cybernetics, is how much stress your body can have from physical kind of things. Things like magical tattoos or replacement body parts, whether they be technological or magical. So best way to think about it is attunement is two separate things, where body stress is incorporating something into your physical body. And then a divine aptitude, this one you can't expand upon. This one is where the gods have taken an interest in you in some form and have given you a boot. Sorry, ideas.
Did he just die? Oh, very cool.
Sorry, an idea just hit me on a form of doing clerics. Or like healers and stuff. But divine aptitude is boons that are gifted to you by divinities or divine beings. So really, you can only pick combat and non-combat gifts. You can find items, and they'll give you gifts. And you can choose not to take the gift from them. Whatever it is. The only one that you will almost always never have the chance of like unless you get into the certain circumstance. Stop. Rewind. Sorry about that. Divine gifts are only if you ever fall into that category. If you, in some way or another, gain the eye of someone in the power of divinity. Some examples is that there's a Drowscar dragon out there whose body burns so hot that no one can even touch them. Their fur is always on fire and they can't put it out, no matter how hard they try. They've tried drowning it in water. It doesn't work. But it's a gift that they're also one of the highest and hottest flames. They're for being a deep violet color. But it is both a gift and a curse. As I said, they're always on fire. Hard to have interactions with people when, well... Why is there a purple fire coming towards me?
Because you're not prepared.
You are not prepared. But that person gained a gift, a divine boon. And while they are normally gifts in some form, sometimes the gods are cruel, fickle, and assholes, and decide that their gift is also going to carry a penalty. Sometimes you just gotta say, fuck the gods, my friends. But that's not always the case. And a lot of the gifts can be very helpful. Now, you guys are saying exotic weapon. Looks at my horrible mistyping.
Uh,
Kick self.
yeah.
I think
So, what type of ranged weapon would be for an exotic ranged weapons? And imagine you're already looking at some more of the other weapon documentation that I do have. Tech weapons, kind of up there in the exotic place. So, it says one exotic ranged weapon. So if you wanted to do flintlock, you would have to specify on either pistol or rifle.
Okay.
okay. All of the weapon trainings give a +3 to attacks, right?
I
That's what I'm reading.
believe so.
That is what I'm reading. So
It's the
Alright.
version of your proficiency with the weapon. So if you take exotic, you get a +3 when you're using that weapon.
okay. Well, I took exotic melee and then I took tech range.
And that would be a general one, so that'd be all type of tech range. That would cover all of them.
Yeah, I know. I know it covers all of them.
Oh, so you don't need proficiency to use them?
That's essentially what this is coming down to. You could just take tech range and you would have all ranged that are
Okay.
in the technology field.
Okay.
Which is pretty much every gun.
And some other possible things that I have in my mind right now that I'm going to
Yeah.
possibly add. We'll see them.
There are... I'll send you the gun document, Lilith. You want to take a look at what I have, how I'm setting up guns?
What about so I'm looking at you have like rune scribing, ammo crafting, all that kind of stuff. What does +1 when crafting mean?
So when you're crafting, the +1 when crafting is just a +1 to the d20 roll when you're rolling. You should have a list of... If it says a 5%, it's a +2. I am moving away from a percentile system. I haven't gotten rid of
But
all
they
of my
all say
percentile
just-
items.
Yeah, they all just say plus on this document.
Progress.
There's a reason I remade the document.
Alrighty.
A couple of other
I think I
things.
got
So,
it.
like, species gifts are what's going to be based off your race. So, like, for the Nagasoon, you've got the species flaw of your bloodstone core, and then your undead
Right.
nature and all that. That would be your species gift.
Mhm.
Aspect gifts.
For now, I don't seem to have any need of making a new combat gift. So should be good for now.
Cool. Aspect gifts, and this is going to expand as I figure out gifts better and everything like that, are going to be very specific to each individual aspect tree. And they're going to be things related to modifying how your stuff works. So it might be things like when using this specific type of mod, you get a plus to it. Or when you put down a totem, it only affects allies. Which actually I think I have that somewhere in the totem, in the shaman.
No, you don't.
I have that you can have it ignore a certain number of people. Somewhere in there.
Let me double check. I didn't see it when I read through there, so scroll down. No, at least not in the spirit color, Doc.
Thought I did, but maybe I didn't. If
Or
there's,
you may have thought about doing it, but didn't get a chance to do it.
if that's a gift that you want, I could see that being a tier 1 gift.
What's the gift?
For his totems to only affect allies or enemies.
Mhm.
For him to designate that his totem only affects allies or only affects enemies.
Well, for the moment, mainly because I also want to try a couple of other things that are not quite buffed out. I'm going to, I'll accept that, but I will do that at a later time when you buff it out a little bit, or maybe buff it out with a couple of other folks.
I see also some gifts that are notated like Vital Strike for Assassin. I was looking at that one. It doesn't have any text, but I'm guessing it's not currently available as an option.
Correct. It needs. I copied a bunch of all the gifts that I have already come together and made because I'm kind of
Okay.
thinking of figuring a little bit of a class system for it, which is going to be like this, where you can see the assassin, berserker, and stuff like that. That's
Yeah,
getting
right.
into a gift tree that you can kind of
Okay.
just go down. So you just kind of have
Sounds good.
rewind and try again. Sorry, when I get excited, I stumble over my words. If I don't take a moment to stop and try that again, I'll start getting faster. And then I'll start mumbling.
Quick, Slate, distract him.
Slate's outside. He's out in the living room.
Question. Could I have a non-combat gift that gives me like a +2 to my like checks involving cybernetics, fixing them, all that kind of stuff?
So repairing and
Repairing and crafting. General maintenance and crafting stuff. But specified to cybernetics.
yes, we can work that. Yeah,
Okay.
that can be
Cool.
done.
Yeah, because I was
Or tier one,
I
because
was
there's
looking at crafter. I was looking at crafter, which is only a +1 to crafting, but that's just all crafting, and I wanted a specified crafting. So that's why I said +2 instead of +1.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And note, those two would stack with each other.
Okay.
It
Cool, good to
is
know.
the system is set up in a way that a lot of the
I think I'm
non-combat
gonna choose skill training for my second one, anyways. But good to know for later.
and
Yeah, skill training seems to be a good one for second choice.
Yes, I think it's almost essential to take skill training.
it helps with getting more skills that you're trained in.
So here's another question with regarding the gifts. Natural aptitude. You had originally explained what each one of those abilities have done. Did you want to go over those, or do you want to just like tell me the ones that I picked out do?
Natural aptitude, natural aptitude. It's a combat gift, right?
Yep, it's combat perk. You can select one of the following traits and apply it to a natural weapon that you have.
I'm just trying to find it on my sheet. Yep, there it is. Swift, high velocity, scatter broad, raining, crushing, cleaving, and agile. Okay. Yes, I can go over each of those. Give me a second to open it up here. This I'll also send.
Somewhere else. Because I was looking around, I couldn't find it.
It's in the traits document.
Traits document. Materials.
I think it's in world building traits.
No.
I will post it in resources here in a second. Next time, I'm probably going to have a background of Endless Tavern playing, just a playlist.
Oh, there's traits.
So we'll go down the list as I see them.
That explains it.
Mm-hmm.
We must request.
I'm not sure if
access.
that music is copyrighted, by the way, Doc.
It's not. He actually has come out and stated that
Okay.
his stuff is not.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Give me just a second, Fluffy. I'll fix that requesting access again.
It's all right. I sent the request. You can laugh at my stupid comment. Why do you want to see this? I want to see.
Manage permissions. Why can't I? It won't let me. There. So, there's a number of traits that go with weapons and such. Weapons and items. That come down to boil like what they can do and everything like that. From where they would land upon a weapon chart, natural, simple, exotic weapon tech, range, stuff like that, to specific abilities that they can have. Some weapons cause you to bleed. Some weapons can cause penetrating damage. Some crushing. Some rend. Because of the way that this system is an active combat system, traits work a little bit differently. So something that penetrates gets through damage reduction of armor and shields. Something that crushes deals more damage to your armor than it does to you. Things that rend, if you don't have armor, you don't want to be hit by rending. It's meant to tear you to pieces. And then also in that same aspect, there are things like scatter or high velocity, or the range variants at least, that give bonus, that makes it, that kind of punish you for having a specific type of defense and gives them a bonus to their damage for you trying to use that defense against them.
So here's another interesting question, at least with regarding the gifts, so as to not venture off the path too much. For the natural aptitude, what are the values for those? Because as I see here in the trait thing, crushing, deal additional damage to AC equal to the value. You don't have a value listed in the natural aptitude gift.
I will have to add that. Right now, we'll do it based off of a level.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be something a little bit higher afterwards. But for now, we'll do level.
Okay.
Like, Swift slash high velocity, depending on if it's a ranged weapon or a melee weapon. It punishes people that dodge. It's meant so that it's harder to dodge because it's moving at such a high speed. These weapons with this type of trait do more damage to people that dodge, as well as reduce your dodge roll by half. So they reduce your dodge bonus by half.
A half
By
is
the way-
a lot.
And right now, that's what it's at. It'll be changed later if we feel that it needs to be changed. That being said,
So
you could still block, and you'd get your full block, and they would get no bonus from this.
So interesting thing, Lilith. At least from what I experienced in the playtest before this, the defenses at times could be really stupidly high, and so the halves, at least from my experience, makes some sense in that case. I don't necessarily know how well it'll work. It's one of the things that we're going to have to eventually try testing, which is why I went ahead and selected crushing, rending, and broad, so that way can see how effective that each of these are.
Scatter slash broad is for blocking. They get +1, so each of these get +1 damage per level of the item. So in this case, it'd be your level against targets that block or dodge, respectively. Swift is dodging, broad is blocking. Crushing is additional damage to armor. Which is the case, whenever he hits armor, he's going to deal an additional damage to it. And that's just not damage. That's damage that's not going to ever transpose to the person wearing the armor. Rending is the same thing, but against unarmored. So this would be whatever gets through gets a bump by that amount. And then penetrating, you heard me say it already. I don't think you get penetrating, right? No, you get agile.
Nope. Yeah.
Agile is an
Also,
option.
for anyone who may be paying attention with this and be confused by values and words here, it makes a lot more sense when the combat is explained, which will probably be done in a later thing. Probably when we do what
Actual
your
playing and
rules-
stuff like that, hopefully in the next
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh,
Agile
I
essentially reduces the multi-hit penalty.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's answered my questions, at least when it comes to the gifts. I don't know if anyone else has any other questions about gifts.
I do have a little stipulation. I believe it says on the engineer, for them it's art of creation and what they roll to get their art of creation, correct? Lilith?
What's that?
For your art of creation, it tells you what you roll to get your art of creation.
Where on the engineer?
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't have that open right now.
That's right. We're sort of winging it right now.
You're asking me a question that I currently don't have the answer to.
Well, clearly it doesn't have it for the spirit collar, but for you guys, it would be 2d10 plus charisma modifier.
For
spirit colors. For engineer, it'd be 2d10 plus knowledge mod.
Okay. And that gives me how many of
Your
points
art of
for what?
creations. Your art of creation points.
Okay.
The stuff that lets you do all your funky stuff with your
Okay.
engineering stuff.
For you, it's primarily your ability to hot swap.
Yeah, more or less. Because the other stuff goes off of. Well, I
Actually,
would think that some of it actually would go off of my
knowledge
art
modifier.
creation.
Your art of creation pool is your aspect resource,
Yeah, of course.
and a lot of times when you use your aspect, if I ever stop like that, it's just me either getting an idea or me realizing that I'm starting to speed up. I'm stopping and to reset.
Might want to get that more in control. I'm just saying.
I get excited. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
See, here's one of the things that people don't understand. He has a filter on that we can't hear the of his tail going against the ground or anything else like that.
You know, some people would say that that's not the tail, but you know, I'm not going to go there.
Hey, you decided to take it there. I was just being kind about it.
Anyways, so like, when you're not in combat, your art of creation isn't really used. It, for a number of reasons, like I said, with engineers, it's a lot more subtle. It would be used if you're in situations where it's going to be used in a pinch. But when you have the time and you don't need to use it, you don't use it. It's kind of that way for, which is interesting to think about with the Futharks. Everyone but the Futharks, when they're out of combat, for the most part, so like spirit callers, they use their SP2 originally. They use their spirit points to call upon their spirit to summon it or make totems and stuff. But other than that, they really don't use their spirit points for other things. They might think there might be situations that come up for that where they'll use it. But outside of combat, not necessarily. I can think of things. But a lot of times the aspect resource doesn't get used outside of combat unless you're a Futhark. But that's because their resource is always used, but it's always getting balanced. It's always got to be balanced by itself. So that's kind of where it comes down to for that. That's kind of what I mean.
Alrighty.
I'll be right back.
Well, I was,
Hey, Scarecrow, are you there?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Just didn't want, you passing out or anything like that.
No, we're good.
oh no, he's a night shifter.
Well,
He-
how's that supposed to know?
He worked with me.
Well, how's that supposed to know?
He said
I
that.
still don't know why you're considering it past tense. We're literally riding to work together tomorrow.
Listen, I have been up for a very long time right now.
That's fair.
I have had a very exhausting day.
What I was about to say is we've kind of reached the end of character creation. If you got more questions, you can ask. They're still
We-
kind
we
of
haven't-
gathering gear.
We haven't quite gotten there.
What do you mean?
The skills.
Right. But we were also going close to 3 hours now.
Yeah, maybe we can just tack on the skills at a later point.
0.02.
Or maybe spend like the first, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes of session 1 doing this, because like I said, my brain's been fried.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, is like maybe a little bit at the beginning of session 1 we'll start going over some skills. But right now, we've been going for almost 3 hours. And it's probably a good point to kind of call it. It's funny that I was about to do that when Lilith decided to take off, and I was going to be like, hey, what the heck? Okay.
All right. Well,
I am really excited and hope that we can bring a lot of fun to this.
Yeah. This
It's a
is just
lot.
like, we just played, Microsoft Excel spreadsheet for 3 hours. Hopefully next time we'll roll some dice.
Yeah, hopefully.
no. It wasn't the Excel part, because we didn't look at tons of tables.
That's fair. Yeah.
We looked at words. If anything, we played Microsoft Word.
PowerPoint?
No,
we
Word,
played
not
for
PowerPoint.
3 hours.
PowerPoint involved that those same things would be flip-flopping, which
we got
So-
pictures.
Session 1, we'll go over some of the skill stuff, and we'll get into the story.
Okay.
sounds good. I'm sure
See
that
you all
will
guys in
would,
a couple of weeks.
expand as well.
And see everyone that was here to listen in, see what's going on, steal ideas. Who knows? People will be people.
Yep.
I hope you all had a good time.
Bye, you lovelies.
Laughed at who knows what.
If
And
anything,
enjoyed.
people's horrible experiences. And also our taste in movies, because apparently we showed that flag quite proudly. Or at least 2 of us did.
Well, we can all watch winners. Like Devil
Look.
House.
You have to enjoy the bad stuff to enjoy the good stuff.
Okay.
Anyways,
Now I'm trying to think of what was the name of the Turkey Thanksgiving horror?
on that
film
note,
I watched?
Thanksgiving.
on that
Thanksgiving,
note,
that's what it
Thanksgiving.
was.
They made 3 of them.
Oh, that's right. I know I watched the series. I was just like,
Yeah.
the name of it.
we'll see you
Yeah,
all
thanks,
next
Phil.
time. Have a lovely day.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.